Oh, right, everyone. Hi. Glad to have you here. Here we are. We're going to, of course, get ready. First of all, let me just turn on the chat app that we have. And there we are. And, folks, we are going to draw new illustration today, so please be ready. And I guess I'm going to be trying to stream for about 2 hours, you'll see, maybe just slightly less. As you can probably see, that the illustration that we're going to draw is yet again an illustration of a VTuber from Hololive. Yep. Is something wrong with the Twitch? I hope not. But I am. Yeah. Folks. Please do tell me, how are we feeling today? What are the moods? That's very important, right? And yeah. Yep. We are just... yeah. I'm here, I'm happy. Slightly tired actually after work today. It's relatively very straining mentally. So yeah. I'm just working there until the guy is going to officially let me go, because if I'm going to reject stuff, like I'm going to leave, I won't be able to have any fallbacks if it does that, so yeah. Hey Muto, good to have you here. How are you playing his game? Oh no, it works? Yeah, it does work. So, let me just, yeah, okay. As you can see, it looks like some crazy person's writing. I'm good to hear that. So yeah, so I'm kinda trying to figure things out. It went south, basically, if you can see. Mostly because Mori from Hololive is quite most likely known for being a rapper in the Hololive, basically. So that's the thing. And there's many different clips. One of the clips that I actually recollected was the Kiara talking about one certain thing. It was actually shown from two sides, but it gave me an idea. So I think more or less I know what I want to do. We're going to plan it out, I guess, and then. So we have Mori, right? What was that? It felt like something was shining in my window, like something orange. That's bizarre. Okay, whatever. So basically, we have the Mori Calliope, who's going to be a rapper, right? We're going for that aspect. And there's this clip where Kiara was... Let me actually explain you the clip first, so you could have a bit better idea. So basically, there was like a party at Hololive in their offices, I think, or something like after... like a huge party after like conference or one of the like huge concerts, like the events they held, And basically, Kiara noticed that Mori was just sitting on a couch somewhere in the back of the room. She was like, she wasn't sitting normally. She was like spread like a rapper, right? And that was, you know, just expecting like one of the girls or something. And basically, Kiara noticed that, and she walked up to Mori, and she was like, "Oh, do you need a what was the thing? You look like you need a beach, so do you have a room for me or something like that, right?" So generally, it was just like more or less that idea. So now you know where we are going with it. And I think the idea is to... Hi T, glad to have you here, how are your brain has gone? So basically the idea behind this illustration is literally going to be like, you know, Kiara and probably maybe other like Hololive members, maybe from EN, like maybe Shiori and crashing on hags now. Oh, I see. Yeah. So basically, like, you know, basically, like, Mori is going to just sit like that in the couch, you know, in that like widespread, I guess. And there are going to be like girls around her, like there's going to be Kiara, of course, because she's like the key element of this clip, basically, for that like story, right? And there's going to be probably Shiori, I think. And Nerissa, maybe. You know, I'm just, for now, I'm just kind of like wondering who exactly, so I'm not sure. I think I didn't draw Shiori as much, same as Kiara, I think. And I think that those two are really good for that, but I also want to like make like some entanglement with the hairs. So like, I think some characters with longer hair would be good. Maybe Iris would work well, maybe, for this. Ina would be good too, but I think Ina is way to say so. I made a fan art for one of my friends. He's only 30, but in that one I gave him fan version, not just one but two eye wrinkles, wrinkle lines. What is it with young men, but when they see a lady with wrinkle lines, they scream hag? Yeah, you know. Seems like something. So, let me also write that, like, plus, Shiori, novella, plus Iris, should, you know, Nerissa also works well for that. Plus Kiara. But do I feel like I want to add Kiara? Or like, I mean, of course I need the Kiara, it's not what I meant. Do I really want to add more girls to it? I don't know what he'd think about it though. I mean, that depends, you know, but everyone is like different, so everyone is going to, you know, everyone is going to just genuinely, you know, you know, everyone is going to have different reactions for that. you know? Also, I have a feeling like I should actually go around. You know, another thing is that actually in that clip, in theory, if I post this, it'll be over for his streamer career as a male VTuber. Then people will understand hugtubers. Damn. But to be fair, yeah, I don't know if Shiori Novella would be a good choice here. Iris for sure, Kiara for sure. You know what is my problem? At the time when this clip was made, Shiori Novella generation, well, I think wasn't even in planning, or maybe it was just on like a sketchboard, you know what I mean? So in theory, what we have here, right? It's not necessarily like direct thing for us. It's not. So I think I should pick VTubers that would work well from that like generations. So Iris, Kiara, heck, maybe let's even go for Ina. Like, you know. We could go for like Bay, you know, Buzz. Maybe even Crony. It's like, actually, I don't think Shiori should be in this section considering the clip, you know, and the time period. But I feel like Shiori would definitely be in that idea. But Kiara, of course, so we have Iris, Kiara, that's already 3 characters on this illustration, so let's keep that in mind. And Crony, maybe. But I don't know, to be fair. Because I feel, if I remember right, Crony and Mori are from the same group, if I'm not mistaken. I am mistaken, Crony was from different one. But like, Mori was like, you know... Mori is like genuine... I don't think Mori being that close with Crony, so I also don't know if this connection would work. I feel like Ina and Mori had some stuff. Let me quickly check. I mean, heck, I could go with Gigi. From the wait. Mori is the closest to in whole life. So like Kiara, yeah. I mean, that's why I'll probably ask him if I can post it on my socials, because I totally caption it with enough power. Even a dying star can be revived. Yeah, that would be funny. So. Okay. So Kali was very close, in very close relationship with Gura, Ina, and like outside of it, with Iron Mouse, I guess. But like Kiara is also the thing. The problem is Gura is, Gura is out. She left Hololive. So that's out of the position. Iris don't think will make sense. And Crony too. So wait, we have Kiara, we have Ina. That gives 2. I was thinking at least like 3 girls besides it. I mean, have you recently seen any big VTuber memes? I mean, I guess, but like the thing is, I'm making an illustration, and the illustration, when it comes to that, I have to solve a couple problems. First of all, I need to make sure that there's no, like, nothing bad going on between the members. I doubt there is between anyone. Like, I think, like, Mori would hang out with Crony, but the thing is that they are not streaming as much together, which means that this merge makes no sense. Ina, that is close relationship that is actually like listed by people. Gigi, like Gigi being like listed on many things going on, you know. And the thing is that, so you have Kiara, Ina, and Gigi would make much more sense. But the problem with Gigi is that at the time of that clip happening, it wasn't making any sense. But I think we can skip it, like the context of the clip, and go with Kiara, Ina, and Gigi as the trio that is as close to Mori as possible, and there's like a lot of fan arts of them like getting together, right? So that there's like already a fan base for this. What is a hagtuber? It's like a VTuber that there's a hag, and a hag is basically, I guess, a woman, single woman above 30 years. I only follow indie VTubers, so I don't really know. Well, it's about more like creating the illustrations, but I think that does make sense. So Mori, Kiara, Ina, Gigi, 4 VTubers from Hololive that I'm taking now. She has a lot of different outfits. And I think I've got... Nah, I don't think so. There we go, I've got one. So that's the outfit I'm going to go for Mori. And I need something... Oh my. Well, no, that'll be... Okay, let's go for this one. For Kiara. Can literally be any female VTuber. Yeah, I mean, the rule of the hag is that they have to be single women over 30 or 30 and above. That's give or take the rule for it, I guess. Oh, just old women. Interesting. Yeah. Okay, and we are going to have Gigi. She doesn't have much outfits, but I guess that's fine. Oh shit, I've actually got something, a couch reference. Okay, so Ina, Kiara plus Gigi. Okay, so there's that. So they're going to sit on a couch, right? Nah, I don't think that's... I mean, even a VTuber I know is called a hag. She's only in her early 20s IRL and the character is a bit old. I mean... Then someone just doesn't understand the rule of the hag. Who are the hags? Ariel is a hag. Zentreya is a hag. That bug girl, that cockroach girl from Vishojo also is a hag. The moth VTuber girl is also a hag. It's really a joke in the viewer base. I kind of want to see a hag VTuber drawing. Widespread state, rest, after recording rest, I could show... Hi Victoria, good to have you here, how are you? How's it going? Hi. Enjoying looks like... Sure, I want to see. Go ahead, P. Go ahead. Around neck and... I want to see his reaction and I don't exactly have his consent to post it on it. It's alright. I mean, in the DMs, it's not like someone is going to post it out of nowhere. And sweaty. Okay. So basically we kind of got the idea. Our reader is catering for some type of gunner. Bunch of people like mature girls. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So the center of the illustration, right, is going to be Mori. And actually, let me delete the ties that makes no sense for the illustration we're going to do. So it would be for better visibility. So Mori Calliope rapper. After recording, resting, based on the Kiara clip, she is going to sit on a couch, but there are going to be more hollow memes. Ina, Gigi, Kiara, all three. With Mori, which makes this illustration already a 4-character big illustration, right? So there's going to be a lot of character drawing. So she's going to sit on the couch, so I need Ina, Gigi, Kiara, Mori, or Kali references, which I've got in the chosen outfits. I need the reference for the seat, which I kind of got. I need the reference for a couch, which I've got. And I need the reference of the general view, which I've got actually. And I guess everything else is just up to me. Okay, we've got what I wanted. Now what we are going to do. Let me tell you. Let me explain that to you. We're going to take this and I'm going to basically plan out how this illustration is supposed to be. Or rather how I see it in making, right? Okay, I sent it, alrighty. And Victoria, how have you been? How have you been? So you have kind of the horizon line is going to be somewhere here, I guess. Yeah. And we're going to have the wall being like that. So right? And we're going to have the couch here. That's like portion of the couch. And that goes here. That's like one of those like low couches, low profile. And I guess in the view we're going to have the couch go like that. Okay. And then it's going to go like this. There's going to be a spread. I like the drawing. I see. Let me see. Well, looks good. Looks good. So yeah. Wait, no. It goes here. That's where the pillows go. So like the couch is like here, here, here. And that actually is very important to do, to plan out for the illustration like this. So stay with me. We're going to draw things later on. Hi Ren, good to have you here. How are you? Hope it's going. Haven't seen in a while. Have you been? Like good. YOLO, good luck. Gotta go if time lets me. I come. Alright, DT Ren. Thank you, thank you. And I think I can add something like that here. Because like, actually, yeah, the pillows should be like that, I guess. And then we should have like a portion of the armrest here, which means the pillows should be like here. And then those pillows should go like this, I guess. There's something wrong with it, but I guess it's just, you know, it's just me for now. There's going to be like a thingy here. Hi Green, got over here, hurry up, how's it going? Look, it's me again. Yeah, have you been, man? Haven't seen in a while. God damn, bruh. Like, damn. It's getting smooth now, glad to hear. Yeah, I think last time I was in a fight with GF, yeah. Everything goes smooth now, glad to hear. It's starting to be fun again. I'm really glad, man. I'm really glad to hear that. Alright. So I've done like a rough sketch, I guess, of the environment, and on top of that we're just going to make our usual like character thing. So I want like Kali to sit like here, you know. Yeah. Now this reference. I keep the stream in the background and complete my workout. Alrighty, alrighty. Feel free. Okay. That's a bit specific. View, but whatever. I think that's typical kind of view. So there's going to be another character. Which is going to be Kiara. The perspective, bro. Thank you. So. Let's do that, a Kiara and a Ina. Which would be like here. Kittens are coming soon. Oh, how come? Kittens. Miss Kai is very fat. Oh. Damn. And another character is going to be like here. That's how you wake up Zega too. Oh my. Okay. Now the question is how, because that's like, really, I guess, like, good kind of thing. Ina has like very long hair, so I want to kind of go for the idea where, like, the hairs would be like this, That's why I got her, kind of in that, let's say, position. Like, I want to have Kali's hand to also be wrapped in those hairs, you know what I mean? So I need to make sure that yeah. Okay. Alright, so I guess we can go for like step 2, which is going to be like balancing out the priorities. Because like if you look at this illustration, Kali's head, Kali's face is going to be literally like in the center, you know, of the entire illustration. So it's, you know, it's just going to be everywhere, right? This hurts my brain. So many things going on. Yeah, but this is literally like... what illustrations are, you know? Okay. And we take this hair. Yep. Okay. So many things going on. Oh, princess. What do you mean, princess? Huh? You know what I mean? No, I don't. Huh? The Discord moderator. Oh, okay. Now I know what you mean. Now I know. Thanks for reminding me about this atrocity. You're welcome. But speaking of prints, I need to draw one. Let's go. Okay. I hate when people say, "Can you draw something for them?" and expect you to draw it for them. Yeah, I hate that. Especially when you like get commissions, you know what I mean? That's definitely the thing. That's what a classmate did to me. Really? She expects me to draw a princess? What? Wait, aren't you on like a freaking graphic design thing? Course on the freaking thing? I'm literally getting freaking calls right now. Like, I'm not at work. Come on. Learn freaking boundaries. I hate this. It was in my public speaking class. Oh. Okay. And Gigi. She's like squishing her like face to this into her boot. So hey folks, did you drink some tea? I think it's National Tea Day today, right? I don't like it. Oh. Personally, I'm always drinking mint tea because I just like mint things, but recently I've had possibility to drink some like really good, you know, some good stuff. And Gigi is going like in the first plane with like the Kali's leg, right? Which is in the first plane here. So like she needs to be like, you know. Close here. And that arm is like wrapping around here. You know? And like I guess kind of like trying to caress the leg. Okay, so we've got give or take like already. There's a lot to take. There's a lot to take. There's a bunch of things that we will still have to like work around and figure out while making the proper sketches. But now, I guess like since we've got everything, I'm going to like drop opacity of those like additional segments that we've just done to like. I guess 90%, which is not that much, but I'm doing that to you know, hide the characters, and I'm going to drop the opacity even more. Why? Because we are still going to see silhouettes, but we are going to have a bit better view on the darkened spots, which are in the end the crucial elements of everything, right? There's of course going to be like a lot of things to be changed, yada yada yada, but before we do that, I need to make sure that that everything, you know, like the characters are good in the perspective, by the way, right? They're good in the perspective. I just need to make sure that everything that we have here are good, you know? So like, yeah. Kind of like this. Yeah, like this. And now we are going to add one more cube. Wait, what? Hold on. There we go. And that cube is going to actually be our pillow. And for that we need... I hate this when this happens. Okay. We need it to be in a perspective. So we're going to align it like that. Okay. That's why sometimes using 3D is much better. And by the way, actually doing things like this as a concept artist is actually going to help you a bunch. So if you're thinking about it, you know, about like, you know, being concept artist like me, I mean, I'm thinking about being a concept artist, not like I am concept artist, I'm thinking about it. Just so you know, I've never been a proper concept artist, so yeah, I've been only doing commissions for that. Okay, wait, I need to put those on top because like I can't control the cubes as well. And I guess we need to like tilt it like this. And you can see that they're going to form on their own, kind of. Okay. And let's maybe give it some kind of like inequality. So basically we'll have like, you know, as if, you know, actually there's something going on with those pillows, you know? Let's make them a little bit interesting than just this. And actually it's supposed to be a smaller couch. Okay. Mud? Why mud? In pain, Onyo. Okay. Well, maybe try to, I don't know. fell asleep. Sorry guys, I'm probably gonna go to bed now. See ya. Bye bye T, bye bye, thank you for coming. Okay, copy, paste. I'm actually going to do something else here too. I need to like make it smaller like this, make it go down, and now like let's make it taller. And just like that, over here we are going to have our shelf that we wanted to have. And let's copy and paste this thing, and we can spread it like that, and we're going to have, you know, that behind the couch whiteboard that I've got on my reference photo. Okay, that makes so much sense. And now if I put this, I think I could even make the girls a bit bigger. So let's do it. Yeah, okay. So we've made them a little bit bigger, so that's, yeah. So that's going to be it. And now I can make that a bit smaller. I mean, not smaller, you know, translucent. And I tell you what, this is actually one of the very few techniques that you don't really see people using as much in Clip Studio Paint, at least. But this is definitely a real normal thing that people do. So if you'd ever be wondering, don't worry, this is actually how it is done. Just so, if for everyone who was wondering. And I guess I can make them be like this, because now the background is like overflowing a bit more, so I don't need to see it as much. And goddamn, that actually makes so much more sense now. Okay. Alright. Oh boy, it's been an hour and we're done with quite advanced sketch here, by the way. We're quite done with quite a big sketch. Or rather, construction of everything, right? I'm not going to use that as much here. Well, but there's something I want to do. Because I'm going to take care of the background later. I'm now knowing that the 3D background that I have is going to work with the girls that I have here. I'm going to just actually, you know, start sketching them properly. I guess I'm going to start with like 15 pixel brush? No, 10 pixel brush. Yeah. And how do you like this illustration so far, folks? It's of course a sketch, so it's hard to really determine many things. I'm going to now zoom in for Mori here, because I want to have as much as possible. And she's going to look like, well, she's going to look at the viewer, at the POV. Pack 7 pixel brush. All right, so basically we have like curvature of the face, and you can see that already the proper sketch is looking differently than the construction. That's because actually it needs to, at least in this case. I'm going to make, yeah, so I'm like constricting only the bottom eyelid to be only underneath the iris, so that's just going to give us a bit more space for everything else. Okay. I think I need to... Yeah. Let me show you. So the eyes are going like this, and the nose line is going like this, right? More or less. And like between the eyes and the nose there should be the ear should be placed, and that's going to make things a bit weird, you know, because the ear should be like here. So we are actually going to draw our ear there. Ah, shit. Again, wrong layer. God damn. No, it kind of looks okay, but it still seems a bit too small here. And I feel like there needs to be some space. And actually, we need to look at the inside of it a bit differently. So like this and this. Yeah. And she's got a choker. Choker? I barely know her. Oh my. Okay. Oh my. Blip, blip. So actually her hair's supposed to go like this. Plop. Oh no. Also, tomorrow my 3D printer is supposed to come in. Also, the new freaking keypad, key dial, like golly. And no, I didn't order another Huion. I've ordered some different one from Amazon. I don't remember now the brand, if there was any even. You know? So... Let's go, yeah. This one is still working, it just starts to lagging. So I've ordered one before. It would be just as bad as the previous version, as the previous key dial I've got. Too bad I've dipped some money on the key dials already. But I do believe that it's something with the software, something with the drivers. But I've actually reinstalled the drivers and attempt to work with the older version of them, and it didn't work. So I've made like a update of the drivers, because maybe I thought that it's, you know, maybe it's the case that, hey, actually maybe like the drivers were installed poorly, so I've just, you know, updated them so they could download and, you know, install properly this time. It also wasn't this, so I don't know what is actually wrong. It's just my key dials are breaking way too soon. Maybe it's because I'm drawing so much, but key dials are made for this, so like why would, you know, the key dial die like this? Because of the usage. Let's drop this a little bit more. So, I can't wait to watch some of that One Piece again. I don't know if this week I'll have much time either, because like last week on Saturday, my weekend was quite limited, because I went to groceries with my mom. bought her some shoes and, you know, just generally hanged out with her a little bit. So at least it was time well spent, you know, with a family member. I would hate if it would be like some OT that I would have to be forced to, which unfortunately was a case for many situations in the previous job. So yeah, I still remember like, oh, I want, because like back in the days when I was working in the previous company, I was getting forced to many OTs, and sure, like my wallet was happy because those were paid OTs, but the problem is that I couldn't like spend time with family. I was constantly tired because I was working so much, and you know, just basically there was a lot of things happening. And well, yeah, I guess money is not worth your mental and physical health, so just I guess it's good to find a balance between how many OTs you can do. Unfortunately for me, I was a bit, yeah, I was still younger there, and I wasn't that experienced with the typical corpo behavior, so how much you work at all. True. Me like big bunny ears? Hell yeah. Damn. Yeah, I think it would be the same size, kind of. It's supposed to like flop in the middle, so yeah, that's about middle. Okay. I know, that's why I like drawing Hololive characters. They have got like so many different, you know, outfits and such. They actually output so many different like outfits and models. Did some crafting hacks. Oh. What crafting hacks did you do? Damn. Okay, so we're going somewhere with that. Of course, she's like in a bunny outfit, like, kinda. It's not like full bunny outfit. She actually has like a corset. My press can handle only 10mm tools, but all the freaking press dies. Well, all the freaking press dies are either 6mm or 8mm. I see. Damn, I can't wait for that 3D printer. So I got some motorcycle mirror adapters that do 10mm to 8mm thread conversion. Huh. I hope those aluminium conversion rods won't crumble under the press or mold around the dice. Huh. Well, I don't know, to be fair. That does seem like a risky trick, because aluminium is like very freaking fragile. You know what I'm saying? It's like very fragile, so I'd say actually that there's a high chance of a possibility of this happening. Press can do 1 ton. I had no idea it can cook. Sorry. Oh my. But I only use it to set rivets and grommets and snap buttons and stuff like that. I see. Huh. Well, that, you know, that makes sense. The cast iron was too wobbly to replace to an aluminium anvil, and it already bent, bruh. That's crazy. Okay, wait, hold on. Like, okay, this portion of the body, it's like, okay, but like, I need to first get... Yeah. It looked good. Oh, you do the butt part. Yeah, so like, I know how much this breast's supposed to poke out, because you can see that, you know, some portions are not as good as they're supposed to be, so... So now I know that actually the body goes like that, you know? So that breast is okay, but the other one was not as wrong as you'd expect, but it was like, you know? Because this breast goes here, this breast goes here. Look good to me. Oh. I don't know. Okay. I just thought that one is one line. What is one line? I mean, yeah, kinda. Usually it is like a one line here, you know? But you actually don't need to draw this line and leave it like that. Mhm. Okay, so basically like she has like very tight corset, so any kind of bend is going to cause it to like bulge out quite a bit. So I'm not planning on making her look chubby or anything like that, but because of how she's going to be bent, her stomach is going to like, you know, smoosh together, right? Because it's like a simple contraption, like you have something like that, but then you bend the bottom line, so this line has to go somewhere and goes like this. You know what I mean? The thing is that I've actually made her look rather chubby here, so I'm going to erase the line. That's the one. Okay. And she's supposed to have some kind of shorts on her. Like this. Yep. Let me see real quick if... Okay. I swear to God, the freaking song is not working anymore again. Yes, like that too. Zega, just as you've sent me the thing. It would work that way too, yeah. Depends on the material and the position, right? So she has like very stiff, very rigid, like everything, so the whole thing is going to be rather, you know, as I've done it my way, right? Because of how hard the material is. And actually I've done it this way too, you know? I'm wondering if it depends on if the fat is in the skin or underneath. Yes, that too. There's many factors for that. Because like, for example, if the character is going to be also a bit chubbier, This is also going to happen if you bend the line, right? Seen people do both ways, yeah. Well, again, some people don't really look at the realistic use of it, but the realistic thing is that, you know, what the material the clothes are made out of, what is the fat tissue percentile. There's like a lot of things going on, you know, and that's going to cause it to like bend this way. Okay, and now we are going to make the breakage, right? Because her things are broken actually. Okay. And we need... Okay, so yeah, the entire thing, like with, you know, the skin band and such, there's like an entire physics for that, I guess. It's just very dependent on what, for like what you are going for. If you're going for more realistic approach, if you're going for like less realistic approach, you know. The fat tissue percentile, there's like just way too many things to really explain it in really like one stream, or, you know, I guess on one video, because to be fair, when I'm going to I've already made like a list of topics that I want to talk about on Davis's Art Academy, and I can tell you what topics regarding that, it's going to be very wide. We are going to like start on it when we are going to talk about like basic body construction, and then like we are going to push it, come back to it later on in that you know, in the beginner's course, and then we are going to go to like you know, advanced, and that's still going to have the, you know, it's still going to have the issues. So, you know, and actually she wouldn't be able to push her arm higher than like, I guess. Well, it would be more or less on the, with the elbow, it will be more or less on the level of like the tip of her head. So I'd assume that it should go in like a line that would be going like this, right? Because that's how her head is basically like bent like that. So actually around even slightly lower than this, like up to here, that's where her arm's supposed to go. Alright, so I'm just going to now make the details on that. Yeah, that looks good for now. No, it stopped. Okay. Okay. And I think one more, or even two. Now one more like this, and like this. Okay. Bueno. Domo. Alright. That works. I guess we can also draw these here. And I think, yeah. Like this. Perfect. Mm. I guess I can start like going down with it here. The rest of her head. Yeah. And give her actually a towel. Actually, with towel or without the towel? Welcome back, Ren. Good to have you here. How are you? How's it going? I've been good. I've been good. How have you been, Ren? I haven't seen you in a while. Got worried a little bit, you know? Well, it's probably that I'm not really... that I haven't really been streaming for 2 hours in a while. But here we are. Today is the day, I guess. Getting a new record. Oh. What record are you getting? Also, Ado made a new song, Kira. Already listened to it. Pretty cool song if you'd ask me. Your new record, longest stream? Not really. I've been streaming for 6 hours in the past. My record is, I guess it's like 6 hours at this point, you know? Do you know the name of the new song? Kira. K-I-R-A. Yeah, we're getting somewhere. Progress. I used to stream for 2 hours mostly. Sometimes well, it's so good. Yeah. Hell yeah. So, actually considering this illustration, because it's like going to be a full illustration, like don't take me wrong, like I've actually planned out a lot here, and like, you know, I want to make this like a huge illustration basically. Multiple characters? Yes. There's Mori Calliope from, well, Calliope Mori actually, because her name is Mori, I think. And no, sorry, her name is Calliope, and the last name is actually Mori. And there's Kiara Takanashi, there's Gigi, and there's Ina. So yeah, multiple characters. Oh, nice. Yeah. Add just a random pebble for Bibu too. I mean, it's like very specific illustration that we are making, because like, you know, that one clip when Kiara was actually talking about like aftermath, well, nearly an aftermath. It was like very deep into the parody, and Kali was just like kind of laying down in the couch. She said that she looked like those rappers that have like girls around them, and she walked up to her like, do you need any beaches, you know, like this kind of thing or something like that, something along the lines. So I've thought of like making kind of taking like kind of the holomems that are very close to her, like Kiara. That was, oh yeah, that was really funny. Yeah, it's like I've thought of taking like I guess very renowned close friends of her, like Kiara, Ina, and Gigi, and like make those three like kind of last over her, you know, and that's the idea for the illustration basically. suppose this should like work here. Yeah. Yep. Because I think I've already gave her like very thick legs. But I guess we can add some squish. Yeah. And does she have like visible? And no, she doesn't have any visible ends here. But we're going to go in like an X pattern here now. I'm finally gonna try to draw for learning. It's going really funny. I mean, you know, the most important element for you while drawing for learning is to actually pick like things that would teach you, but also give you pleasure while drawing. You know, like for example, you could see me like preparing for drawing furnitures in the illustrations and like basically like getting around planning. That was also me like learning things that I found out that I'm still lacking. And you could see me like, you know, just streaming and having fun while doing that. This is actually the go-to for it. I tried doing some head on angles and ended up looking really dumb and funny. Well, this is the, you know, thing that happens while learning, you know. Rome wasn't built in one day, remember, so give yourself some time. Okay, that makes sense. Bye boy. I gotta take medicine and sleep now. Good luck. Good luck. Thank you, Ren. Thank you. Bye bye. I'm going to also slowly wrap up because we're all, you know, almost at the levels. Yeah. I think this here needs to be wider. You know what I'm saying? Hmm. Yeah, kinda. Or actually, you can do a bit different trick, which is going to be making this, actually. And making this kind of like wobble here. And now we can add a thing here. Yeah. Okay. Works. Nice. Okay. Alright, I think we've done a huge chunk already. We'll have to we'll have to actually like sketch out properly her foot, but that's already good, you know what I mean? And yeah, just drawing her arms and we should be Gucci. Because see, like, over here, she's actually going to keep her elbow on the pillow here. And that is also going to make sense, you know? So like, we're actually doing good. But I think this arm needs to be slightly longer considering the perspective. Like this. Yes. Exactly that. Okay. Hell yeah. Okay. So basically we have like the arms, like everything seems cool. I think I might need to take a moment. Maybe this would have to be like taller, maybe. You know? Like getting that and just going like slightly like here. And maybe hitting like equal segments here. Yeah, that actually looks good. Even better too. Alright. And if that works, then that means it has to be the way. Okay. Yep. That works. That works. Nice. I wanted to give her like bigger breasts actually than this. Because like I wanted her breasts like go down, like kind of spill, if that makes sense. Yeah, no. Okay, let's just keep it as it was. It'll make no sense to do those changes here. Okay. So, on the next stream we're going to probably start getting around more sketches, and it's going to be sketching and sketching and sketching. I want to have everything sketched out. Then we're going to sit down and make the characters line art properly. Who knows? I see that I've got really scratchy line art here, so I might actually go over it with some more like sketch kind of thing, you know? And with that I would just, you know, get around the with that I would just get around like other elements, I guess. Like then I would make like cleaner sketch line and make then a correct line art. There we go. Because like the internal lines are too dark too. The internal lines need to be brighter for the style that we are using, so basically that'll need this, you know? And yeah, folks, yeah, as always, thank you all for coming around. Hope to see you in the next one.